Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. In this video I'm going to show you the team I'm going to use for the A Flock of Goats World event. You do this with your guildmates and it is a good thing to do because basically you're going to gain extra rewards as you go along. If your guildmates have started this event like mine have already and you've gained some of these rewards, it's worth collecting them absolutely straight away. And the reason is you'll collect prism tokens as you go along, which will eventually evolve into a badge and eventually into a medal, which means you do extra damage, so definitely worth getting and sticking that on right away. What I also recommend is you grab tier 1 from the shop. This gives you a potion of enchantment, which means all your allies start enchanted at the start of every single battle for the entirety of this event, so totally worth getting, and you get extra event sigils, gold, souls and more. If you get into the event and really enjoying it, you can just keep on going and get more and more tiers if you have the required gems. Right, now onto the team itself. What I've gone for here is Queen Beatrix. She's kind of the go-to troop for this. We're restricted to wild folk and green, so she stood out to me straight away. There are other options. You could go Blade Dancer. Does scatter damage boosted by all enemy armor and steals 4 magic from a random enemy, which boosts up that damage at the same time. A couple of those, and they have a 50% start with mana if you have the middle trait at the same time. If you don't have that, you could go Luna. Luna's a good way to go. Deals damage to all enemies, then either inflicts 1 to 2 status effects on all enemies or grants 1 to 2 positive status effects to all allies. As well as that, she explodes a random gem when matching yellow, so charges up the team at the same time. That is only really if you don't have Queen Beatrix, because she is absolutely, for me, the go-to troop for this. And it works really well because what we've got as well is Trickster. Starts battles with 75% mana and explodes 19 green gems in my case, as well as switch the first and last enemies. So if a first enemy is particularly dangerous, it's good to cast this and get them switched around. And with Queen Beatrix doing that scatter damage, you're still going to be damaging that enemy you moved from first place anyway, so it doesn't slow that down. The cool thing about Trickster is when it explodes green gems, you're going to charge up everybody in the team. And here we have the Mystic Manuscript in last place, which explodes purple gems. It's a shame that only Trickster uses purple, but there was no option in the exploding gems category on the hero weapon to actually do anything too much different. It does grant a random status effect to all Mystic allies, then summons a Mystic troop at the same time, and Beatrix is Mystic, so that's kind of handy. If you do not have that Mystic Manuscript, then what I would recommend is, let's just look at Explode quickly. Jar of Eyes is not a bad shout. That's pretty good. The only reason I don't like it is because the last upgrade, if you got it, creates an ice storm, and you don't really want a load of blue all the time. Even though Beatrix uses blue, we do prefer green as the colour. And Mystic Manuscript is really good for upgrades. If you have the upgrades on this, then basically it enchants itself as well as giving itself 4 mana as soon as this thing casts. So it's going to be ready to cast again really fast if you have this thing upgraded. Right, on the banner side of things, we have Ocularan Banner. This is +2 green, +1 blue, -1 brown. I know our hero weapon uses brown, but we're not going to have any trouble at all getting mana for our team, so this is not really an issue, and green and blue is more important. On the class, I'm in Archer class right now. Love the fact it starts with a 50% half mana, 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal, and the talent trees are really handy too. We Hunter's Mark a random enemy on 4 or 5 of a kind. I don't think this one's actually relevant. Root Trap entangles the first enemy at the start of the battle is sort of good, but we're going to probably switch the team around anyway. Nature's Aura, create a Leaf Storm at the start, is really handy for extra green. All green allies gain 5 armor. And 25% chance to summon a Heronath when an ally casts a spell is nifty, because no point having that one. And that shouldn't actually come into effect. And Thieves Guild, all rogues gain 1 magic on 4 or 5 of a kind, which is the Trickster. So there it is, let's jump in. And the strategy for this would be to either get, oh, we might as well apply this medal as it's just said. There it is. Prism badge. Yeah, strategy for this will be try and get green for Beatrix, but if there's not enough there, not green, sorry, blue for Beatrix. If there's not enough there, we'll get Trickster charged up, all the weapon, and cast them to charge up the entire team, and just cast away. As you can see, Trickster's got 10 already out of his 11 required. He'll just get that immediately, but Beatrix is ready to go anyway, so we'll just cast her instead. This should be a team which is maybe going to carry you through the entirety of this event. It's going to be very good. It's going to be very good for looping. If you do find yourself losing the odd troop here and there, you may find it better to actually, you know, swap out this weapon here for a Jar of Eyes or something else that has different mana gen if it wasn't working out for you. But the fact this has a summon as well, it should work pretty good. And the fact we get that enchant as well at the start means you can have 2 Beatrixes ready to cast in no time at all anyway. Always grab 4 matches to get an automatic cleanse with Beatrix when you do that. Like I say, she's available from the Underworld in the Deep Hive. It's right at the bottom of the Underworld. Absolutely one of the absolute best Underworld mythics. Underworld troops, sorry. Yeah, I love Beatrix. We'll do a video soon on the top 5 Underworld troops. A lot of debate about who's the best. A lot of people say Gobtruffle, a lot of people say Mirage Queen, some people prefer Beatrix. All are excellent troops. What should we do here? Gonna get charged up anyway. With Beatrix's charge, it's just worth casting her because she can give herself an extra turn. She can regain her mana when she casts her own spell. Really, really good troop. It's interesting earlier because I was talking about Astral Mother and the Soul Forge in today's earlier video, and Queen Beatrix for me is, Astral Mother is a mythic troop costing 24 mana to get charged and cast, and for me, she's nothing like as good as Queen Beatrix. I'm sure there must be something good about her somewhere, because I'm sure that obviously the devs spend a lot of time trying to balance the troops and make sure they are better than other troops, but sometimes you just don't get it and you think, no, this troop is just not as good as another one which is supposed to be a lower tier. Yeah, a huge fan of Queen Beatrix. When you've got 2 of them, this is just me probably overthinking things now, to be honest, but when you've got 2 of them and they're both charged, I always alternate the cast of them. I cast one then the other, because again, I don't know if I'm imagining things or just overthinking things, but when you've got one and you just cast the same one again and again and again, it seems you get a much lesser chance of the extra turn coming in. It's as if the game knows what you're doing and it thinks you can't keep casting the same troop pal. That's going to be, I'm going to put a stop to that. But if you alternate them, because you're actually changing troops but it's the same spell, it does seem to be a little bit more reliable, or I could be imagining it, I don't know, if you alternate when you actually cast a double troop like this. Or am I dreaming? I don't know. But I've tried this many times over the last few years and I'm semi-convinced that basically it is better when you cast these alternating rather than the same one over and over again when you've got 2 charges at the same time. No point in collecting that 4 match, there was no reason. But yeah, this team seems to be working pretty good. I'll always take the highest one, so we see how it does against the higher level opponents. Yeah, not much of our colours there at the moment. We're going to be enchanted on Trickster the next round anyway. And cast the Queen Beatrixes back to back. That's nearly got them charged up again, got an extra turn, and that is that. Sky Goat. Wow. Imagine getting twatted by a massive flying goat. That's going to hurt. Job done. Goat pelt times 8. Alright, I'll just do a couple more because I think this is going to be the team throughout the whole thing. There's no reason to change it. We've got most things I like in a team. When I create a team, ideally I want a fast start. You can't get much faster than this. I like a lot of damage. Queen Beatrix is a lot of damage. I like a cleanse in the team. We've got 2 of them, so we're doing 2 cleanses. And I like to have a summon, and we've got a summon there as well. So I've literally got pretty much all the things I like in a team. The only thing that's not here is a life giver. I like someone that can give life, like a Divinia style troop, but that is asking an awful lot. Now cast our book at the bottom there, just to mix things up a little bit. The only thing where the Queen Beatrix teams can go wrong sometimes is if you're against a team which is often submerged, because then Queen Beatrix does not hit them. It's like, you know, bees cannot go underwater without killing themselves, so that wouldn't be particularly good. Now I'll cast 1 bee, then I will collect this now for the other one, and then I'll cast the second bee, not the first one. Because it seems to me you just get better odds of getting the extra turn or better gem matches when you do that. Alright, I'm going to make this the last one because I pretty much think this is the team. No need for adjusting this at all as we go along. Working really well, pretty fast. And start the bee. No need to take that 5 match then out of habit, but there's no real need to. Just keep on casting. I could have got I think a 4 or 5 match then I missed. But that's the thing with these, you tend to do these in a hurry. Get into that mode of just casting Beatrix. And autopilot hands take over. Right, last one, and I'll call this video a day. Video your day. Load of green gems. Both Beatrixes charged. And that is it, and that is going to do good for the entirety of this event, I think. Well, there's a video. If you found it useful or helpful, it'd be cool if you hit that like and subscribe button because it really does help. Most of all, thanks for watching. Catch you again next time. Bye for now.